Hey my friends, it's Dr. Michelle Bengtson with another hope-filled perspective. I've been doing a lot of thinking lately, a lot of self-reflection, a lot of self-examination, and thinking about the not so pretty parts of me, the not so pretty parts of my life and of my heart. And at times the enemy would like me to get down about it and get frustrated and think that other people have it all together. Their lives are prettier, their hearts are prettier, their words are more beautiful. But as I was thinking recently, I've been doing some planting in my garden. Oh, hello, Selah. Selah wanted to visit. I've been doing some planting, and you know, I came to the realization that beauty starts dirty. Let me show you what I mean. This week we were planting daffodils and tulips and lilacs and all sorts of spring plantings. You can tell where I've planted. And we had to dig the holes and remove the grass and plant the plants and fertilize them. And I found myself getting so excited because in the spring, it's going to be beautiful. This week, my husband helped plant, somewhere around 500 bulbs. In our old house in Texas, we had planted 1,000 bulbs in every spring. They were just so beautiful. And I know that while we planted these, I have a tendency to get impatient. I know that they're going to come up in the spring, or at least that's my hope. But spring is several months off. And before that can happen, we're going to have frost and then winter. And it's going to take a while for those plants that we planted to come up and be beautiful. And in the early stages, it's pretty dirty. It's messy. But that's the way our own growth is. As He's working in our heart and tilling the soil of our soul, it's dirty. It's messy. But Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 11 says, He makes all things beautiful in His time. And so I'm counting on that for my gardens, that in time, they won't be just these dirty patches. In fact, I'm hoping that as they grow, they will cover up that cinder block base to our garage and be something beautiful. And what makes me suspect that that's going to happen? Because I have experience. I've gardened before. Earlier this spring, we planted a garden on the other side of the garage. Because every day when I walk or drive in down our driveway, I wanted to see something beautiful instead of the cinder block base to the garage. And so several butterflies and hummingbirds and bumblebees, they were all over. There were times when we would have 24 different butterflies flying around the garden. And I planted specifically to attract hummingbirds and butterflies. But I have to tell you that when I first planted that garden, it was ugly. And those plants that are now flourishing, they were just twigs, 2 to 3 feet apart. And I thought, you've got to be kidding. There's no way they're going to grow and spread in. Well, they obviously knew more than I did, because they have filled in and it's beautiful and it's covered up that ugly cinder block. So it's given me hope that this new garden that we've planted come spring will be beautiful. The daffodils and the hyacinths and the tulips and the lilacs will all bloom. But until then, it's dirty. It's messy. A lot like my heart, where God is working. He wants to make us more beautiful, to help us become more like Him. But in the planting, in the tilling, in the weeding, beauty is dirty. So don't get discouraged. Hang on and realize that as he continues to work and to will his way in your life, it will become beautiful because he promises he makes all things beautiful in its time. That is your hope-filled perspective today, that as you wait and watch and wait on God to do the hard work in your heart and in your soul, be encouraged because he's creating something beautiful. That's your hope-filled perspective today. As always, I'm Dr. Michelle Bengtson. If you found this encouraging, consider sharing it to someone else who needs a hope-filled perspective today. Until next time, have a hope-filled day.